Yeah? We're rolling. So, we really want pizza tonight. So, for dinner. So, I'm going to have to make the pizza dough. And you need to do this kind of early in the morning. So, we haven't had breakfast yet, and I'm making pizza dough. It feels really weird, doesn't it? But this is a bit of a, bit of a long-winded process. But you can make a batch of loads of pizza doughs, and then cut them up in small bits, put them in the freezer, and then you've got pizza like for a month, or in our case for a week, because we end up having pizza every night. Anyway, let's get down to it. Now, all of the videos so far, you've probably thought, oh my god, Shaun knows all of his recipes by heart. How does he do it? And that's the case for most of them. But for pizza dough flour, I don't have the brain capacity to remember it, and you do have to be quite exact. So I use Jamie Oliver's.
Oh my god.
Oh well, it's fine. It's vegan, right? I think so. Well, it
is obviously.
Well, yeah,
so we haven't
all
got
the ingredients.
any non-vegan ingredients, have we?
Oh yeah, so I couldn't make anyway. But I use Jamie Oliver's recipe just because it's the first one that comes up on Google when I type in pizza dough recipe. So I've got all the ingredients. So I'm gonna have that like on the work surface for reference. So it's kind of cheating, but whatever.
Not really.
Well, it is for me because I'm kind of like, right, let's just a bit of that, bit of this, yeah, and then it all comes together and it's divine.
Well, this is baking, isn't it, rather than cooking?
I suppose so. So you need to get yourself a load of flour. Now, in case you run out of flour, you can get some more as well. Buy in bulk. Yes, okay, it's just flour, isn't it? Right, so the recipe says 1 kilo of white bread flour. What I've done before is doubled up, so really made loads of it, because as I say, this is quite a long-winded process. Sieve it, so you need to get yourself a nice sieve, and then we have these cups. They're quite American cups, the cup system. But I don't use it for measuring, I just use it to grab stuff. So we need 1 kilo of this. Before I do that, I need to measure it, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Like really, I should have done all this before we started. So that's zeroed. We're going to use number 1, and then we're just going to bang it in. So 1 kilo. How long is this going to take?
I don't know.
Not long.
No?
Yeah.
1 kilo's a lot, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is 16 kilo bag, so when you compare it to 16 kilos, it's not that much. It's a 16th of the bag. See the maths shining through. So you see all that stuff, it's like flour stones. Do you want to explain why that is, Rhiannon?
I have no idea what a flour stone is.
I know why it is, because you poured a load of fucking water on the kitchen floor.
Oh no, it wasn't water, it was champagne.
Of course. We don't drink water, we drink champagne.
What happened was we had some champagne. Because we have a champagne lifestyle.
Lemonade wallet.
Yeah. And I took the wrapping off and thought, well, the cork will stay in, surely, if I just take it.
Oh yeah.
And then it went like while we were outside.
Yeah, we were
like, what's that?
We were in the garden lording it up, and we heard this bang. We're like, oh, it's probably nothing. Came in here, and the floor's piss swept through.
Yeah.
I was like, what's all this? And then it's because we store our champagne by our flour. The flour's gone all hard at the bottom, so that's another reason why it's
Yeah, so this could be like a champagne flavoured pizza.
Well, that's the best kind of flavour. I think I'm just going to have to open the new one because that's all like rock hard at the bottom. So that can be there for the cleaner to sort out. See, we're only at 400 grams.
It's so messy, look.
Yeah, well, you can't really help that with flour because it goes everywhere. That's it. That's it. Lovely. So this stuff I probably won't have to sieve too much. But why should we sieve? Why should we sieve? It just makes it. I'm not asking you. It's a rhetorical question.
Say anything.
It's so that it just keeps it nice and fine, so it's easier to handle. Fork handles.
And forks.
It's easier to mix.
No, it's just finer, isn't it? It's like it's not lumpy then.
It's finer.
That's the point.
Finer way of living.
Sifting it.
So we're nearly done. Okay.
Is it sieving or sifting?
Sifting is like when you're sifting through banknotes, isn't it?
Is that what you do? Sift.
That's what I do half the time. Half of my time I make stupid cooking videos like this that no one can follow. The other time I'm sifting through all my banknotes. So, one more gram.
Oh, do you think you'll do it?
I was gone back. I've taken
How does that happen?
Flour out of it.
Oh. No more. You
So,
want it to be exact.
Yeah, so if, and now, you know, I've got some more flour there, but I'm going to need that later to dust.
To knead it?
I'm going to need it later to dust. Right, so that's our flour. That will make probably 3 or 4 decent sized pizzas. I need that. So I'll put that aside. Important thing when you're baking, space. You need space. In our tiny shitty little kitchen, space is a premium. So I'm just going to do that, right? So
Sticky.
yeah, well you don't clean anything, do you? So apparently for the yeast I need 14 grams. So we'll put that on the second one because the second one's a bit more accurate. Now this is Allinson's yeast, dried active. Now if anyone's wondering what yeast is, because I didn't know for ages, looked it up. Apparently it's fungus. So it's actually tiny little balls of fungus.
Lovely.
Love it. But the most important thing is it's
vegan.
Yeah, because we eat fungus anyway. So fungus is alive. Fungus is amazing.
So what sort of fungus is it? Is it like mushrooms?
No, it's yeast, isn't it?
So yeah, okay.
And that's.
I don't really understand what it is.
That's as far as the explanation you're going to get. So 14 grams. Oh, this is taking so long. I should have done this.
There you go. Oh no.
And to be fair, when it comes to yeast, you do have to be spot on because if you have too much, you're going to get too many air pockets in it. It's going to proof too much, so you do need to be pretty exact. That is how I cook Rhiannon. When you see Rhiannon's video on her amazing vegan cupcakes, she just like, there's no science to it. You know, you think I'm a bit slapdash with my cooking. Her baking is just like, yeah. But it comes out.
It's because
I've done it. Perfect.
I've probably made cupcakes now about 100 times.
Or 300 times.
So I just sort of know. But it took a while to get to that point.
So, you need water with baking.
How much water?
So I'm looking up now. 650 millilitres I've put in there.
Okay.
And it's lukewarm. Now, I never knew what that meant. I mean, it's kind of warm, but kind of not. So just turn the tap on hot and just put it in.
You know what lukewarm meant?
Well, I do, but it's kind of very vague, isn't it? It's very vague. So it's telling me here, mix the yeast, sugar and oil into 650 mils of lukewarm water. So that's the yeast, that goes in there. Not salt. Do not put salt with the yeast because salt will kill the yeast. So you have to incorporate the salt into the flour and then incorporate the yeast. Because if you put salt directly in with the yeast...
How much sugar do you put in?
It says here... 1 tablespoon of golden caster sugar. I've got fair trade light brown soft cane sugar and I don't really care if it's different. It's sugar, isn't it? So the sugar goes in and then olive oil. So extra virgin olive oil, a dash of that. And they're having a jamboree in there. They're loving it in there. And then just incorporate that. I use a fork or a sieve. Should I use a whisk?
Yeah, do it officially.
So just incorporate that and just leave that to do its thing for a bit. And it's gonna... Right, and then we're gonna... This is such like bad video, innit? I'm basically just copying a recipe. But this is what people do, innit?
Yeah, it is.
It's like when you see these Instagram videos and they're like, right, this, that and the other. It's like, yeah, but everyone uses a recipe.
Yeah, sometimes you have to follow something.
So with the flour, anyway, I know what to do. So you put the salt, that's too close, isn't it? No one wants to see me that close first thing in the morning, other than my loving wife. Alright, well I had to get my own nose trimmer, didn't I? Because you wouldn't. So I'm putting salt in here, you're paying attention, I'm putting a bit of salt in there. And then, other recipes don't tell you what to do. But I tend to put seeds in, like herbs into the dough. So this is like milled seeds.
Flaxseed.
Is it flaxseed?
Yeah.
So that's going in there. I'm gonna put some chia seeds in there. People are like, what are you doing? Ruining it. Herbs, bit of herbs in there. Who the fuck's herb? He goes in there. And then some pepper, because you know how much I love pepper. I love the old pepper shaker. And that is just gonna give the dough really nice taste. Sometimes you think, well, dough's pretty flavourless, and it doesn't have to be. So I'm just going to incorporate that. And as I say,
as messily
yes,
as you possibly can.
messy.
You get it everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's what cooking's all about, isn't it? You know, you can't have it sanitised environment unless you're a commercial kitchen, which we're obviously not. So yeah, I've just incorporated that. Right. So you can make a little well, wishing well. Just in there, and then we're going to incorporate the water in there. I'm just trying to remember I've not forgotten anything. I don't think I have. So you pour the water in there, you pay attention. This is like the critical moment. And then we're just going to incorporate, oh god, we're just going to incorporate that in the middle. This bit takes a while and it will give you bulging biceps because, or we could use the bread mixing machine over there. I don't like using it because it just like, well, this is more fun.
I use it for my icing.
What, for the pizza?
No, for my cakes.
Yeah, you've not made those for ages, have you?
I haven't, no. It's because I can't find any self-raising flour anywhere.
That is a good point, actually. I'm making a video based on a recipe that requires flour. Now, how much flour do you find in the supermarkets now?
Not much.
Exactly. So this probably isn't the best video to make. If you don't have flour, then order something from a vegan pizza place because this is going to be useless, this video. However, again, this is going to be quite a long video because I'm going to be showing you how to make a show-stopping, that's it, up here, that's it, show-stopping vegan calzone, and it's going to blow your mind. It really, I always say that, and it's like, well, we've got no way of knowing because we never taste it, but, like we do, but not the millions of people watching this. But you've got to take our word for it, because you know what, we wouldn't cook food if it wasn't any good, would we?
No.
I suppose we'd get like ready meals and stuff like that, because it's easier. It is easier, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you've got like...
I've got to go.
Why?
Because it's running out of time.
I've been banging on for 15 minutes already. Christ. Okay. Wash your hands. Because I'm going to be getting involved now. Shit's going to get real. Right. I don't like getting my hands dirty. Right, okay. So
Okay.
we need a bit of flour for dusting. Dust? Anyone? No? And then we're just going to fling that on there.
Fling it.
Yeah, just fling it on there. I bet people are thinking, you've never made pizza dough before. It doesn't look like it, does it?
It is really nice, your pizza dough.
But I have.
You make the best calzones.
And there's nothing better.
Calzone. How do you say it? Calzone?
It depends if you're Italian or the rest of the world. 'Cause I think the Italians call it calzone. Calzone. The rest of the world say calzone. Right, so this is quite tacky, so you just need to add a bit more flour if it's tacky. And the other thing I found is the amount of pizza dough recipes I've followed and tried out, it's just like a matter of feel. You know, you've got to feel the dough. Like that is feeling really silky, really soft, still a bit sticky, but yeah. And then you just knead it. I need it. I need it. Right, another thing. I'm not following my own. I'm not following my own advice. So what have I done wrong? What have I done wrong?
I don't know.
And this is what I'm saying. You know, like it's okay for things to go wrong. So a little dishcloth like that. Water. Move the chopping board away. Put that down.
So it doesn't go back.
That's right, because when you're kneading dough, it's like really hard. That's what she said. There you go. Look, it's not moving now. And you can rewind this video. That's the beauty of YouTube. You can rewind it and see how much I was struggling before with the chopping board going all over the place, and now it's just flowing. It's just Look at that. Oh.
So just keep adding flour until it's
yeah, but you can add too much, and then it can get too dry, and it won't fold up. You know, it won't like kind of incorporate.
So how does it feel now?
Oh, it feels good. Oh, it feels so good. So I'm folding it. So you've got to fold it and get the air inside it. Who's airing? So that's it. Yeah, so we've had quite a good bank holiday weekend, haven't we, babe?
Yeah. Went for our bike ride yesterday.
Bike ride yesterday in the baking hot sun. It's too hot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Went down the river, serenaded a few passers-by with our wonderful busking skills. And a bit of money as well, didn't we?
And a bit of money?
Yeah, we put my cap down, didn't we? And a few people threw in some odd coppers and some buttons.
Oh, coppers? I didn't see any police there.
No. So yeah, so just make sure you've got enough flour on the chopping board so you can work with it effectively. So you can see there is some stuff, you know, when I fold it, some of it doesn't kind of incorporate, so you really have to put some effort in. You can hear me getting out of breath.
I know.
No, this is the
so unfair.
This is the most.
This is your exercise.
This is the amount of exercise, yeah, the most amount of exercise that I get in any given day. We should do more exercise. Well, you went on your 10-mile run yesterday, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
And
every day.
And this morning you're lying so and so. Lions? Don't get many lions around here. Right, so that's there. There we go. And that is looking pretty good, to be fair. I'm just going to turn it into a nice little ball. Make sure it's all kind of... I'm really out of breath. It's bad, isn't it? Yeah, but that's a good sign. It shows that you're...
Working hard.
Yeah, you know, you should. You should put effort into your food, you know? You know, so many people go, well, this goes... It comes out all the same way. It's like, yeah, but that's not the point of food, is it? It's an experience on your taste buds. You should eat something and think, God, this tastes really good, you know? And the more effort you go to, the better it tastes, in my opinion. If that's what people are asking for, in my opinion. So that's pretty good. Now before I would like double up on all the ingredients and make like a massive batch of...
It still looks like quite a lot a day.
A deer, a female deer. Ray.
A drop of golden sun.
Me.
A name I call myself.
I don't know what the next bit is.
Yeah, because you've not seen The Sound of Music, you weirdo.
Yeah,
How have you not seen that film?
Because it's not on the list of every boy's like
yeah, but
film
it's a
list.
classic. You need to watch it.
Alright, let's talk about what classics you haven't seen. Godfather.
I've seen Godfather now.
Because I bullied you into it.
I didn't see Star Wars before.
I know.
We met.
Right, so once you've got it kind of like that, so it's, it's quite light, well, it's not light, it's really heavy, but it's kind of fluffy. You can feel that it's, getting there. That just goes in there like that. And then you want to either put cling film over it. I think we've got some cling film left over.
Tea towel over it.
Well, I found that tea towels, I don't know, I've just found that it proofs better because it's meant to double in size. Once it's double in size, then you can start using it. I found a bit of cling film with some olive oil. Let's get the olive oil out. I hope people find this interesting, you know. I was going to say
interesting. I've never watched you actually make pizza.
No, you're too busy doing other things, aren't you? More interesting things. And the other thing I want to say, bring it back. I want to say thank you to all of those wonderful people that have subscribed to our channel. It's really sweet, you know. All we're doing is just trying to show people, you know, you can be vegan, you can eat ethically and healthily, and have a bit of fun with it as well. So thank you. There's a fly in here. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And just share the love. Just you know, if you think there's anyone that's vegan or wants to be vegan, that's kind of, you know, doesn't know where to start, point them in our direction. Just get them to message us, and we'll just, you know, talk to them. You know, we've got nothing else to do all day, and we'll give them some pointers. You know, right? So that's all. Sat there like that.
So how long do you leave it for?
Good question. Officially it's when it's doubled in size, but I find about an hour, 2 hours maybe. The other trick is do not leave that on like a cold surface, like the work surface here. Leave it on a chopping board, because if it gets cold under here, it won't proof as well. You want to create a little microclimate in there for the...
Put it in the greenhouse.
Yeah. Right, and then all of this is ready for Riri to tidy up. I'm only joking. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll come back when that's doubled in size, and then I'll show you like how I chop it up, put it in the freezer for later. Things for later. And then later this evening I'll do a proper calzone. So hopefully you stick around for that.
Cool.
If you can be bothered.
Alright, see you later.
See you later. Love you. Washing our hands. So we're back. And as you can see, the dough, a female deer, has at least doubled in size. So I need to sort it out. So what I'm going to do, because we're going to have this a bit later, I'm going to keep one bit of it in the fridge and the rest of it in the freezer, and then you can use it whenever you like, because it keeps quite well in the freezer. Mind you, if you plan on using it, take it out the night before and put it in the fridge, because that's how long it will take to defrost. So that just needs a little turn, just to make it look a bit nicer. Looks like a brain, not very vegan. And then you just kind of fold it round, just keep folding it underneath. This is a traditional way to make bread. So I've made a lot of my own bread before. There we go. That's it.
Looking good.
Yeah, getting there. Right, and then you need to get yourself one of these. This is a dough cutter. Take my readers off, don't do those. So I'm going to cut it into probably thirds, because I think that'll be enough for a good sized pizza. So just cut it 1/3 there. And then another third there. See, I told you I was good at maths. And then, so we've got our little ball dough balls. Run out of flour, but that's fine.
20 seconds remaining.
Oh, really? Well, that's fine, because... So then you just kind of need to, kind of fold...
10.
Knead them over.
8.
And then...
7.
Oh my god. And then get yourself
4,
some cling film
3,
and wrap them up, put them in the
2,
freezer. Done.
1.